Okay, so I'll start. Oh, welcome back to the Double L show. And it's been a while. Like, it's been so long. And it's been so long since like we done one because we never have done one. We done one in the last however many months.
Yeah, it's been
Yeah.
a long time.
But this has become highly requested. So people want to know our takes on the writer strike and also the actor strike because we are technically both. But we are British. So yeah, it's very different here. So the question is that I've seen and people have been asking quite a bit, and I don't necessarily know the answer to it. Why? Why is it happening now? Why has it not happened before? If it was really as bad as it was before, why is it happening now? And the only answer I can really give for that one is that season contracts ran out when the show, because usually when the season ends and airs, that's it. So like that's usually around March, April time. So it coincides with that. And plus in that time, that's when they're expected to prepare for the next season, which is now not happening. And also like new regulations and things like that, they could have come into force on the new, trying to put them into the new contracts because that's what usually happens. Although some contracts we've heard about where they're expected to sign away like 7 years of their life non-stop, which is quite insane to really think about. Yeah, have you got anything
Yeah,
else?
the main issue is the WGA, the contract with the I can't remember AMPT or whatever. That contract expired. They went to negotiate, and the WGA had these requirements saying like they wanted residual payments because the residual payments, especially on streaming services, are just terrible,
Non-existent. They're
basically
practically,
non-existent.
there's no
So
guarantee that you'll actually get any. Like some people could get
exactly,
$0. There's
yeah,
some don't even
literally,
make 1 cent.
yeah,
Like
like
that is just
it's crazy.
incomprehensible.
I know. And all these streaming services are earning billions of dollars each year in profit, and they're paying out these residuals. So obviously, WGA, in renewing the contract, asked for better pay in residuals for the riders. And the companies, nope, says they didn't want to do that and offered them barely a rise. So that's one reason why they're striking. Another
Yeah.
reason is the rise in obviously AI, which is another reason why SAG, and I've got a lot of points for the AI and SAG, but
Yeah, I've got a
sticking
little
it, yeah.
section.
Speaking on WGA, you probably have seen all the adverts about GPT and all that. Basically, studios are saying that, or there's a theory that they're going to be doing is using AI instead of writers because you can learn sort of AI. Like I think I was looking into, I don't know if you remember, but like years ago, like 10 some years ago, there was this like Twitter account where it was like, I forced an AI to watch 1,000 hours of this show and showed one page of a ridiculous, like non-formed script. And that was just one guy doing it, like pretending. And I thought, yeah, what a funny joke, because I thought that was real.
Mhm.
Fast forward 10 years, and turns out that technology does exist. You
It
can now
actually
force.
doesn't. That's the thing. It
Doesn't?
actually doesn't exist. I was having a conversation the other day.
Oh,
AI is not capable enough of that yet. AI is like only uses databases of like years ago. It's not fully up to date with the present time. Hence why I know that they introduced AI to Snapchat, and out of curiosity, I was like, okay, let's have a go. And it's out of date to the point that it's like the Queen is still alive and the Queen has
oh.
been dead like however long.
That might be why the article I was reading used examples that from 70s and 80s US comedies, saying they could learn a program like that to replicate a script based on that sort of show back in the 80s.
Mhm.
And so basically, in the contract, the WGA stated that kind of wanted a deceleration of AI. And for some reason, well, even though it's mainly SAG, W the studio says no. So that's one of the big sort of, reasons why.
Yeah, I asked AI earlier, right? Just because I know a lot of people have been asking AI what. So I went straight to my Snapchat. I went, who is more replaceable, CEOs, writers, or actors? It's hard to say, but I think everyone is replaceable in some way. Fair enough. It can happen. Do you think AI should replace actors and writers? I don't think AI can replicate the creativity and unique perspectives that writers and actors bring to their work.
Hell yeah.
AI said it itself.
Even the AI knows what it's talking about.
Yeah. And also, if you think about it, they are so underpaid. Writers are underpaid. I don't even think they make 2% of the budget.
It's
And when I see
barely that.
people think that there's only just one writer, there's a room of them, and half of them writers actually getting cut season by season. And from our perspective, when we're writing, there's only us two. And mostly, I would say a lot is me, to be honest, and then Lee comes in after. But like it takes so much dedication and hours slaving away, and to not get paid for all them hours that you're constantly rewriting and editing and just constantly going at it just isn't fair. But if you look at like any line of work, if you're being paid under what say somebody else is for the same job, why should you? Like, why should you
Exactly,
give
yeah.
like such an effort? And I think that's why like content's also kind of slipping, because writers have had enough. They're like, why should we give all this effort if we're not getting any reward for it? And people will say, well, it's the job, they signed up for it. They signed up to do other things. They signed up because writing's changing. It's changing dramatically. And the way it was, you'd write, say, just like 24 episodes. Now it's not. It's sometimes 7, 8 episodes, but they want it out in such a fast pace because the demand is there that it just compromises everything. It really does. And I don't think people appreciate how much effort goes into writing because,
Oh yeah.
if you want to have a good script, God, dedication. And that's why
Yeah.
some shows have actually been delayed for like a year, and it's took them 2 years to premiere, because if you want content that's good, it takes time. It can't be done overnight. I mean, fair enough, I do write quite fast, but like it's never the final draft. It's usually just an outline.
Yeah, and it's just like you could look back at the seasons that had like 20 plus like episodes a season. They had they were better. But now with like the 7 episodes, you're thinking, oh well, they must have more time to work on them. But in reality, the shorter episodes because the production time has been cut in half, more than half, not just cut in half, because the studios want is the want to rush the content out. They're going for quantity over quality, and that is just such a wrong thing to do.
Yeah, and a lot of people don't understand why actors are strike, and a lot of them are like, oh, they make all of this money, the rich, the millionaires, they live on a fucking yacht. Oh, I'm gonna get wrong if my mom watches that. But the truth is, they're doing it in solidarity, because without writers, they literally, you take an
Yeah,
actor to set, you've got no script. They're just going to look at you and be like,
yeah,
what?
exactly.
Like, what am I supposed to do? Like, a director can only do so much without a script.
Yep.
And like residuals, like I have seen so many actors post their residual, like it blows my mind, especially the example that I saw, which was Orange is the New Black. Obviously, that was the biggest
Yep. I
finance
saw that.
at the time,
Yep.
and actors didn't even make like 1 cent. Like, and some of them were doing 2 jobs at the same time because they couldn't afford. And it's just like that made so much money. Why didn't they get it? Why didn't they get any of that money? Like, it's just completely wrong. Like,
Yep.
without the stars promoting it, essentially, it would just be, writers do a lot, but then you need to be hand in hand with the actors to help raise the profile. And I'm glad this is going out in I can't even say solidarity.
Solidarity.
Yeah, but I'm so
But
glad.
yeah,
All of our like friends and stuff are over there together. It's so bad. I just like,
I
I'll
know.
cross. I will gladly try and figure out a way across.
Oh yeah, definitely. I'd be on the picket line if I could.
Definitely. Same.
And people have to realize is not every SAG actor is a millionaire with loads in the bank. Some of the SAG actors can be people just supporting artists who are only in a scene, get paid a few $1,000s, and then that's it. They rely on these residuals. And if these residuals are coming in barely 30 cents for one episode, then that's been watched millions of times. Then that is not a living. That is just being robbed. If you have to take the fact that Disney's CEO is earning what 144 million a year, and they say they can't afford to pay the actors and writers the
Apparently he
bare
earns
minimum.
72 grand
Grant
a
a
day.
day. I saw that
Yeah.
a day.
Like that
And
is
it's just like
writers don't even earn that in like an entire
a
year. Some of them
I know.
earn less. Actors also, a lot of them earn less than that. Some don't even make up to 26 grand for healthcare. Like imagine that. Like they
I
couldn't
know
even,
it is.
like
It's just showing the greed in Hollywood.
yeah. And I don't think it's all of America. Like I feel like it's also going to be here, but we don't know of it yet.
Yeah, I think it could be some sort of ripple effect where in the countries are going to be like, hang on a minute, let's reevaluate what we do with these actors and writers. Like equity may do it, we don't know.
But we're not even part of equity.
Yeah, good point.
Yeah.
Not
So
yet, anyway.
I don't think we would be. I don't think we'd
Yeah.
ever even qualify. Yeah. So this is our thoughts on things. We've already said what we feel, and we would gladly join them if we could. But we're just indies, so that reminds us of another thing, but we'll go on to that one later. So
Okay.
favorite signs you've seen? Like
Ooh,
some of them are completely genius, and it just shows the creativity.
yep. I saw one where it was like ChatGPT doesn't have childhood trauma. So
Yes,
like
I've seen that one a few
that
times.
one was that one was fun.
The residuals are out there. David Duchovny.
Oh yes, that
Legend.
one.
Want to play Chucky? Someone brought
Wanna
Chucky
pay.
to the picket line.
That was Kyra Gardner. That's Tony Gardner's daughter who created the Chucky doll, who did the effects for the films.
Oh, I
That's the
didn't
reason why
know.
she's got a documentary out about growing living with Chucky, about her dad being the Chucky like special effects person. That's
God,
why
I'd
she
be
had the Chucky doll.
traumatized if I saw Chucky throughout my childhood.
I mean, yeah, you'd think she'd be wary, but no, she loves the doll.
One of my favorites that I've seen is not a sign, but Aisha Tyler, who plays Tara Lewis in
Yeah.
Criminal Minds. Her rewrite of Uptown Funk, genius. Like, I was shook. I was like, that is amazing. I'm like, what a genius. Just honestly. So the topic that I've got wrote down next is streaming versus TV versus film. So a lot of actors have made stuff for TV only for it now to be put on film, like streaming services. And like you'd think, oh, it's rerunning, I'm gonna get money for that. And they barely get anything.
Because we need to take in is that TV versus streaming. TV earns from advertisements, and residuals can be done if it's replayed on a TV. They get like sort of their money based on advertisements and everything. But for streaming, all the income comes from subscriptions. And so it's up to the streaming platform and the studios to sort of decide what percentage they want to give to the actors and the writers in residuals. And so obviously they want to keep the money to themselves, so they pay the bare minimum. That's why the residuals are so bad for streaming services.
Yeah. And there's a lot of repeats on TV, but now I feel like it's like simmering away because everything's now online.
Yeah.
So,
There's
and
contracts being signed that says it has to exclusively be on this service. So that's what's harming as well.
yeah, and also DVDs and things like that, you don't see half of them now. I don't even think that we can get half of the stuff that's actually out there, especially American shows.
They are
And that
rarely on DVD.
it sucks because that's sometimes our only option to, watch things. Like, how is that fair though?
I know it's not.
Some things just totally disappear off the map altogether. And that's just really strange. Like, there's
Yeah.
sometimes like nothing for certain things, and you're like, what? So I'm never like able to watch the show again unless it streams, which is
Yep.
sad to think of.
There's a few shows I used to watch on E4 that were American sort of sitcoms, and I tried to look for them on DVD, non-existent. I tried to look at them on Amazon Prime. You have to pay for per episode, and I was just like, so I either have to wait, even though it's not shown on TV for hasn't been shown on TV for weeks. I need to either wait till it somehow comes back on, or I need to pay to see it again. It's not on a website where I can be subscribed to it. It's just good luck to see it again.
Yeah. And one thing that I've found out when people have signed loads of contracts is that it states that they're only allowed one job. Some people have actually said that they're not allowed to legally go and try and obtain another job, whether that be like a normal job, like not acting, not writing. They're not allowed. Like that.
That will harm income for actors massively if they can't be in one job and actively do another job. If they have to stick to one job and one job only, that is going to cause their income to crash right down.
It really would. It's just, I don't get where people get off. And going on to, if you notice that SAG have actually said that people can go and gladly work on these indie productions because they're actually treating everyone equally
Yep.
and right. So if
Yep.
indie productions can do that with their lower budgets, why can't the big companies? Like,
Exactly.
why can't they do it? I think
I
that's
just want
like
to shout
awesome.
out, like, as of today, recording this, the 22nd of July, A24 have been allowed to continue working and use SAG actors because they have agreed to every single demand they have been asking. So if A24, an independent production company that normally has lower budgets than the big Hollywood ones, can agree to pay the actors well, the writers well, and pay them well in residuals, then why can't Disney or these other big companies do it with a budget 10 times of what A24 do?
Yeah, I think some people are going to set out and make their own streaming. Like,
Yeah.
I've got a feeling that's the way it's going to turn, where someone's going to take charge and be like, this platform is going to pay people the right way. Someone's going to do it.
I mean,
They
it's
have
bound to
to.
happen. If this strike isn't ended, then that is probably going to be something that happens, which would
Mhm.
also affect the income on the big studios. Because at the moment, right now, with the actors not advertising their own content, they are getting desperate, not turning to online influencers,
Yeah.
offering them ridiculous amounts of money to be like, can you shout out this film on your TikTok or whatever? Or can you, like, what was it for Barbie? Some of the actors would go and so they got some influencers that nobody knew to walk the red carpet to promote the film. And even one of them later went on to trash the film online. So yeah,
Wow. Damn. That is insane. But there's one benefit of doing indie productions, and that's it gives new opportunities to people. It really does. And I feel
oh
like
yeah,
that's so important because usually there's no access for independence at all. You're lucky if you even get a chance to do pretty much anything.
yeah.
Usually just like look down on in a way. It's like, oh, the lower budget, they've got to lower this, lower that, then yeah, it's not good enough.
Low budget doesn't mean low quality.
Yeah. Sometimes the best quality because when you're in indie, you pretty much
You've
have
got all this passion to put into it,
yeah, and
and you're dedicated to do it. You're
you
not
have
earning the
no
millions of
pressure.
dollars. Yeah,
You have not the full-on pressure that you would elsewhere.
yeah. You don't have the executives breathing down your neck. You're free to do what you want, free to shoot how you want, and put all the passion you want into it.
Mm-hmm. Where am I going back to? A lot of people are wondering what they can and can't do. There's like a big list online. I believe they're actually allowed to do things. They're allowed to promote past projects, if I'm not wrong.
I think you can promote stuff that's already been released, but you can't promote stuff that's going to be released.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I think they can promote things that are with non-struck companies, and non-struck basically, I'm assuming means that a company that nobody's striking against.
Yeah, basically.
Yeah, I saw that one and I was like, non-struck. I'm like, hold up. I'm like, what does that mean? Everyone was asking the exact same question. They're like, what does that mean? But yeah, what was that? They can't do interviews promoting future things. I don't think they're allowed to do interviews in general, but I have seen
Yeah.
them doing interviews, but then people have stated that it was before the strikes. So
It
I
could
don't know
be
about that one.
before. I don't know. I've seen a lot of actors saying they're not going to use social media whatsoever during the period of the strike, so they don't promote anything at all, past or present.
Yeah. Next topic is, what can we do to help writers and actors? Like, a lot of people have made the decision to just literally cancel streaming services altogether, when actors and writers have said don't do that because residuals. So if you really want to help and be on their side, even if you can't be there in person, binge the hell out of your favorite shows, binge them into like eternity. I mean, we already do that. We binge everything. And that just increases the residuals by the amount of times like people watch, and that's how it'll get bigger and bigger.
Yeah, don't cancel it, because if you cancel your subscription, you're just basically lowering the income for those who get the residuals. So keep the subscription, but just watch it. Even like, just play it, and just like, even if you're not watching it, just play it to let them know that you're interested in it, and then they can get paid. Even if it's pittance, they get income based on it.
Yeah, I saw something earlier where people were like actors are just non-essential whatsoever, get them replaced, and I was just like,
not essential. I would love for that person to do their day without having to watch anything with an actor in it.
yeah, they said they already do that,
it.
and they went all the way through COVID without turning on TV. I'm like,
yes,
creatives in general don't just do TV, film, games, everything like that. If you picked up a book, if you read a sign, a creative designed that. So
exactly.
okay.
Music,
but yeah, actors
everything.
were so essential, and writers are so essential, because if you go all the way down the tree of like responsibility, no script, no anything.
Basically, the backbone of everything. It all comes down to a script. No script, no director. No script, no producer. No music, no special effects. Just nobody.
Yeah. And
a bunch of people standing around going, what are we meant to do now?
So literally, if you go to a studio and try to get a show made, they're just like, have you got a script? And if you say, oh no, I haven't got a script, like nobody's gonna be interested because they want to read that. So if you're like, oh well, I don't have a script, and they're like, and I don't have a writer, nothing's gonna be happening, nothing at all. No actor's gonna look at something unless you have a script. That's the way it goes.
You can't sell an idea. You need to sell an idea that's been written down.
Yeah. Because you can say, oh, all of this stuff, and they'll just be like, right, okay, I need to visualize it.
Yeah. I could say, oh, by the way, I've got this fantastic idea for this film. It's going to be one of the best films ever made. And if they say, where's the script? I'll be like, well, it's not made yet, but will you pay me for it? I'll be kicked out.
Yeah, that's just how it works. And if people really think writers are so, like, I don't even know the word. If people think they're not essential in anything, and especially, they are so wrong. And you know what? Both of us, we'd be screwed. We're just like, oh, let's go and do another job.
Yep, basically.
And for the ones who've actually read some of our work, yes, we had good feedback.
Oh,
and it can make someone cry from a script, then you're doing something right. Saves me crying. Guilty. Yeah. And that's when you know you got a good script. Even though I'm not going to say my scripts are good because I never say that ever. But yeah, it does make us cry. I get so emotional. But yeah, I don't know if there's much more to cover. I actually wrote an article on the strike at one point. No idea where it is.
Have we talked about
No.
SAG in the AI stuff? I
No.
had that written down.
I've got another thing.
Yeah. Okay.
Just my last thing on this list. How does it affect people worldwide? So a lot of people don't know, but there's a lot of actors who are also singers. And if they're part of SAG, they can't go on tour. So there's like certain tours that are happening this year, and I'm just like, I was going to buy tickets, and then I'm like, I'm sure they're a member of SAG, so they literally won't be able to do it. So I don't think a lot of people realize that it crosses over into other industries as well. Yeah.
And yeah, it's not just America, it's literally worldwide.
Yeah. Especially if they're going on a worldwide tour. It'll have to be cancelled.
Like there was actors who in the UK who are from the UK who I've seen had jobs booked in the US who had to cancel because of the strike.
Yeah. They've literally just there's nothing they can do.
Yeah.
So on to yours.
So interesting fact that I saw is the SAG, it was also the residuals and everything, but it was the AI as well. Now, here's what I saw, what I read, which I thought, is this true?
Black Mirror.
Had to read it, and I was like, okay, this is true. What the hell? So
I'm pretty sure a lot of people did watch
AI.
Black Mirror.
Yeah, like when I saw that, like, what the hell? And then after a few days, I was like, oh, they're actually serious with this. So yeah, basically Black Mirror, they want to scan actors, pay them a one-time payment, and digitally insert them into films multiple times over multiple films and never pay them. And apparently, from what I'm read, days before the strike actually began, certain agencies were asking those who do supporting artists and extras to start paying the actors for scans, digital scans, and a lot of them refused to do it. And then, of course, nothing happened because the strike happened. But like the fact that they had started approaching agencies to say, "Can you start scanning your actors' bodies so we can start inserting them into films?" is madness. Absolute
have
madness.
you seen it though? Like the quality is horrendous.
Yeah, I saw it and I was like, "What the hell?"
Yeah,
I mean, you couldn't put that in a film.
Fake.
I know you couldn't put that in a film, for God, no.
Yeah.
People would be like, what's this?
They'll just meme it.
Exactly.
I'm pretty sure it was a meme on TikTok.
Probably.
Yeah. It's just like
Yeah.
camera pans around, completely fake people right there. And we were just meant to be like, yeah, it's completely real. When they're literally just
Yeah. Oh wow, look at this. It looks like something from The Flash. Oh my God, it's so real. If you haven't seen The Flash, the way they did their special effects for people, it just looked like plastic. Like seriously, the special effects were that bad. You're like, is this a doll they're putting on screen or something? What is this?
I've never seen it, so I can't say it.
Yeah, it's ridiculous. If you have seen The Flash, you know what I'm on about. The babies at that thingy where he's saving them. It's and the director even made the excuse of saying, "Oh, we're meant to be seeing it how he sees it. Everything's sped up and it's sort of messed up." I'm thinking, yeah, where's the context though? Where did you say we're looking through his eyes? Like at one point, there's a scene not involving him with the same terrible special effects. Are we meant to be the Flash in that instance? Like it's ridiculous how they're going to do that, and the fact that they were saying like in years' time they wanted to sort of eliminate having people ever. They wanted to eliminate having extras on set. They didn't want hundreds of people on set. They just wanted the main lead actors. So that's crazy. If that would if they that's their goal to eliminate extras from the set. Like think about all the actors who would be out of work for that.
Mm-hmm.
Just what to save money. Like just get extras. That's what they're there for. Like people come up the ranks in the acting world by being extras. So you just eliminate how many opportunities for people coming up. Loads. Madness.
Yeah. We're showing solidarity, and until further notice, this is going to be the last double L because we support them. So yeah. And we just thought we'd clarify and show our opinions on the whole scenario. But yeah, we definitely don't want to be replaced.
Yeah, hell no.
Not.
Hell no, not gonna have some AI trying to be me. They couldn't do the accent.
That is so true. That is so true. Oh my god, they could never.
No chance.
What on Castle? The episode of Castle where they brought a Geordie in. And it's
oh my god.
why I man.
It's just I was a can you imagine, man? I'm just kind of just thinking, who what the hell? They made the devil.
Scottish.
It's
Kind
so
of Scottish. Oh. Oh, it's even worse than the other videos that were going around where people were like trying to impress with the Geordie accent.
Oh well.
No. But yeah, that's all we have to say.
Yeah. We'll see you when the strike hopefully is over and the actors and writers get what they deserve.
Yeah. So yeah, stick with us if you want to. We have other content.
Yes, we
we
do.
don't just do one thing, we do multiple things. So head to
So
the
make
YouTube.
sure you keep an eye out on the Vision and Media channels.
Yeah. Bye-bye.
Bye.